Hey, folks. Well, these are just interesting days that we live in. We're getting ready for another election coming up here, and man, is it getting intense. But I just want you, and by the way, this devotion has nothing to do with that, but it just popped into my mind like a little bubble. Anyway, I want you to think about, just for a moment, the people in your life that you love. Now, I understand that we have the love of Christ, and that love is to be shared throughout the body of Christ. I don't have any problem with that. We know of the description. It's called the better way there in 1 Corinthians 12 and verse 31. It's described in chapter 13. We understand the depths of it. We realize that until we really grasp the love of God there in chapter 13, I think it's verse 11, might be around there. We're just like children. We don't really comprehend anything until we comprehend it, as we should. And that takes our entire life. So we're always maturing in this. But thankfully, God places people in our lives that are not just friends, but those people that we know and love in our family, and people that, some that are perhaps, doing well, others not doing so well, some making good decisions, some making bad decisions. And they're part of us uniquely in terms of our family structure, and then extend that out into the family of God, the body of Christ. And what does God tell us about his love? Well, to me, it's interesting that there's such a broad variety of people on this earth. And by the way, you and I are one of them. We're no exception. We're not like the norm of what's great. We're no exception. And that all of those people, good, bad, and indifferent, God has a great love for them and expresses that love sacrificially. And maybe you can think about some of the issues that are going on, and perhaps with loved ones, some close, maybe some further away, that the relationship is strained, perhaps through poor decisions, through hurtful acts of bad, verbal, I don't call it abuse, but maybe it was that, and you're just not in a good place. I just want you to take a moment and think about how the love that God places in our heart in a family setting is always sacrificial love. It's no different than his love. When a mother cares for a child, you sacrifice a lot of time and effort. Parents do. Man, mothers, unbelievable. Just the whole nurturing element. There's such a sacrifice in that love. And as a child grows, the sacrifice still remains. And it doesn't matter how old the child gets, there's this incredible sense of a mother's heart caring for that child, sacrificing her own, if you will, concerns for that child. I've seen it over and over again. That's sacrificial love. And that love, think about it, in a marital setting, means that two people are bound together and both live their lives seeking to put the other one first in some way. They want to complement. They don't want to compete. They don't want to be better. They sacrifice that, if you will, that aspect of their nature that wants to achieve and be pleased and get what it wants. They sacrifice that because of love for the other. In the many aspects of our life with our children and grandchildren, we sacrifice because we want the betterment of their life. We're willing to set aside certain aspects of our own life for them. That's love. That's God's love. Now, in a very natural setting, we see this in a limited basis all around us. But what happens when people actually have that measure, or that, if you will, understanding, or that impetus within their heart? That they don't seek their own. They don't seek to develop or, place themselves above another. But they actually understand and try and live in the sacrificial love that God has revealed to us, that embraced us even though. I think it's life. Excuse me. I choked on a fly. Just kidding. Good old Beelzebub. I think it's life-changing. I think it's absolutely life-changing. I think it's what changed my life, the fact that I felt that people loved me even though they didn't have any reason to love me, and they loved me sacrificially. They allowed me to be a part of their life when there was no benefit in it. There was nothing that I could offer or give to them. It was just the sense of choosing to sacrifice, literally, their own, in many ways, their own benefit for me. It's what changed my life. I believe it's the very foundation of the finished work. That when Christ said he finished it all, he sacrificed everything so that we could have his everything. I don't bring anything to it. He sacrificed his all so that I could have his everything. That very nature lives in you and me. What a blessing it is to hopefully pass this on to our kids and grandkids and our families. What a blessing it is to have families that are founded on this. Two people that are bound to each other with not just love. I love you because you've done this, this, and this. But how about this? I love you sacrificially. I love you whether I can fill in those blanks or not. I'm committed. Just as God was committed to this world. I'm committed to love you. Now that may make a huge difference. It may just make everything a little different. And I think, truthfully, it's something the world just simply doesn't see anymore. Till next time, friends. God bless you.